partner, but I survived. And ever since then, I started just realizing, like, you know what? I'm not scared of dying anymore. It just basically, I just fear the unknown.
Yes.
And going back to even that thing called death and whatever, I've always wanted to ask this, like, do you believe, like, you know, some people say reincarnation. Some people say once we pass away or whatever, our spirits come back into like a different form or whatever. Like, do you believe in that?
I
Some kind
do.
of form, yeah.
Yeah,
What
I
are your thoughts on
do.
that?
So I do because when my son was really small,
Yeah.
like, I don't know, it feels like maybe 2.5, anywhere between 2 and 4. He was sitting on the couch with me and his father. He was in the middle of us.
Yeah.
And then he started talking about how he chose us to be his parents.
Oh wow.
And you know, when you're sitting there like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
Basically.
What?
So me and his dad were looking over his head at each other.
Yeah.
Because he's going, yeah. So before I came, they took me and I saw all these people and I flew above all these people.
Oh my God.
And he goes, and I saw you, mummy, and I thought, yeah, she looks nice. She can be my mum. And then I had to find my dad.
Yeah.
And he's just talking about, so I was looking at all the people. And then I saw you, Dad. You were tall and you had a nice smile. So I said, yeah, he can be my dad.
Yeah.
And then he said to us, and this was crazy, he said to us, and then I knew my life is going to be hard when I'm young, but it's going to be really good when I get older. And the two of us are like,
what the? I'm not gonna lie. What? Oh God. What?
Totally.
Yeah.
And so recently, you know, I asked him.
Yeah, that's.
And he said, he half remembers it, but he goes, he remembers it like it's a dream.
Okay.
And he goes, but I don't know if it was a dream, like when I said it at the time. But he says, yeah, I remember it. It's like it was a dream. And I was saying to him, but when you said it to us, you didn't say to us, I dreamt this last night. You just told us as, this is the story of how I chose you to.
Oh my God. My mind just went. Oh my God. Yeah.
And the one thing he's always believed is this thing of his life is going to be hard when he's young and easy as he gets older. And he had a session with a medium recently and she said the same thing to him. And she said, the stuff you've been through as a young man is an initiation. And when he told me that, I thought, so many things to do with my son feels like a story. You know, feels like an initiation.
Like he's been here before.
Yeah, and like these characters have been put in different places to help him on his journey. You know, like I always tell the story of when he was finally came out the whole county lines thing, I counted, I think it was something like 21 black men had helped my son along the way. Most of them never even knew him. They would hear the story and they would say to whoever, bring him to me, I'll give him a job. Bring him to me, I'll do this. Bring him to me. Like they're just all these characters. And it's only really now my son will accept that his story has been extraordinary. Because he says things like, but people always want to help young people. And I'm like, okay, Sterren, you go and find some roadman them and ask them how many people have been there to try and help them.
Like, to guide them, especially the right way. To guide them through the right way.
Totally. I keep saying to him, no, there's something special about your light that brought out all these people along the way to help you. It's not as... people are kind. Like I say all the time, if people start to try and say anything negative about black men, personally, I won't have it because I have to say, in my experience, all these men I didn't even know came to help my son. So personally, you talk about your life, but I will not accept a generalization.
Exactly. That's the key word as well. It's not good to generalize because even like I always say this kind of thing as well. Like you see when people fall out with people or when people got bad things to say about somebody, it's like your experience with somebody might be different from me. So it's like if me and you we've got a friend and you fall out with your friend, listen, your problems with that friend has got nothing to do with me, because at the end of the day, my experience with that person is completely different. So that's why even sometimes I don't like when people generalize, people like religion or these kind of things, or just certain groups of people in general, because it's like, not everybody's the same.
Exactly.
Not everybody's the same.
Exactly.
And even when I touch on, before even we go, like, I want to touch on your events, your events, like, for the rest of, like, 2023, like, what should people look forward to? And for people that, that are going to be watching this conversation, like, what is usually the best place for people to go to look out for your up-and-coming events?
Okay.
Yeah.
So if they go on to, I've got a few pages on Instagram, African Spiritual Practices, and then my name, Akua Ofosuhene. So everything I do comes up there on that Instagram. Akua Ofosuhene. For the rest of 2023, we're going to have another we've got African Spiritual Practices 21st and 22nd of July at Rich Mix. You can get tickets from Eventbrite. And I'm going to actually give you 5 tickets for you to give away to your viewers, and for you to come, definitely, because I want you to meet everybody.
I'm going to say this on camera, yeah? Even if I've got work, I'm going to call in sick.
Yes.
Even if I've got work, I'm telling you, I'm going to call in sick. I need to come, literally.
Yeah. So come end of October, November.
I'm going to be there.
There's going to be another African Spiritual Practices. I think August, September, we've actually got an event that's just around psychedelics. So that I'll put on my page as well. And then I'm organising, it's a mini retreat in Ghana for the end of October. So that's spend a little bit of time in Ghana at a festival. The opportunity to have a little bit of time eating just fruits and raw things and drinking a lot of herbs, just to clean out the system
cleanse
a bit.
And recharge your batteries, basically.
Exactly.
I completely understand. And before we, and even like, I want to ask this question as well, like, because I believe that people like you who have been through, like, an amazing journey, your own journey, still going through obviously your own journey, because obviously you're still alive, but you're going through your journey and you've been, you've done a lot of research on a lot of different things, you've done a lot of self-work on yourself. Like, one of the main questions I usually love to ask, like someone like you is like, do you, like, at this point in your life right now, would you say like you definitely know who you are? Like, it's basically 2 questions, like, who are you, and do you know exactly who you are?
Wow. Okay, so that's a big question.
I try.
Okay, so I would say I know who I am now.
Yes.
I know that I am probably capable of more. It's not even probably. I know I'm capable of more.
Yes.
And it's interesting because just the other day, my son said to me, he said, I'm fed up of people in this family only half embodying their gifts. And he was like,
I felt that. Ooh, like as if he was talking to me.
Totally. And he said to me, he was like, Mum, you've done extraordinary things. You found my bike when it was stolen. You knew the house it was in without even knowing the people in the house.
Yeah.
He was like, that's a gift, Mum. I need you to embody that gift. And I was saying that, I was like, Seren, something, it was so mad because 24 hours before, I did a ceremony at a festival, and I was thinking afterwards, no, I need to do more ceremonies where I hold space for groups of people and inhabit that space to impart the knowledge that I know. So it was funny, like I was thinking, I need to step into the next phase. And then to have my son say that, I was like, hey, Seren.
Can I ask you a quick question as well? Like, to add on to that as well.
Yeah.
Like, do you feel like, internally or inside you, like, do you feel like for you to move on to that next stage, like, do you feel like something's kind of holding you back? Or like, do you feel like something's holding you back? What's kind of stopping you?
Yeah, so I think what it is was for a long time.
Yes.
I think I thought it was like egotistical to be like, I know something.
Yeah.
I think that was the thing.
Okay.
And then as I've talked to more people and I've done more talks and I've held space for more people, then I'm kind of like, I do know something. Everybody knows something.
Yeah.
And so if I'm constantly being shown by the medicines and by the ancestors that my job is to be the road sign should have as much information as is possible.
Of course.
So if I'm going to be a road sign, I need to put all of my information out there.
Literally. So that you can guide people like in the right direction. Yes.
So I'm looking to step into that role even more for the rest of this year and into next year. Definitely.
And before we conclude, I want to tell you this from the bottom of my heart, This is why, once again, I got faith that, you know, even my own personal journey is going to be all right, because I feel like God, you know, the Most High, whatever people call it, you know, when people say like God brings people in your life, certain people in your path for a reason. Honestly, this is, once again, it's a feeling, something I cannot really put into perfect words, even if I tried to. But even meeting you, it's another, especially after having this conversation, and it's like, it's like, yeah, man, the universe, I think the universe is definitely, it's like a reminder, basically.
Absolutely.
It's like a reminder of like, listen.
Absolutely. Like, and for me as well, meeting you, it's, I think for me as a mother of a son, anytime I meet young men, I just feel that mothering.
Absolutely.
And so for me, when I came across your page and I'm looking and I'm like, this is a young, interesting young man.
Yeah, thank you.
I'm just like, because this is a mad, busy period, but it's like, no, I am going to go to Tottenham. I'm going to do this interview because I feel this is important. In both of our stories, this is important. So thank you so much.
You're welcome
for inviting me.
You're welcome, and even vice versa. Thank you so much. I'm gonna definitely we're gonna stay obviously in contact. You know, share a lot more information, going back and forth, and you know, I just hope, even like, I don't know if this is selfish or not, even if, you know, I don't know. For me, again, like I said to you earlier, I cannot wait to watch this conversation back, because I feel brilliant. Like I've already taken something away from it. But I feel like I said, there's a difference. Once you're just there, fully locked in, I feel like I'm going to get even a lot more out of this conversation.
I can't wait for you to come next week. I am just like, it's going to be
bring on next week, honestly, absolutely. And like, you know, this has been the Red Chair. Thank you so much for coming onto the Red Chair. And, you know, God bless you.
Bless you too. Thank you, Shafiq.
You're welcome. And even before you completely go, like, is there any last words that you like to say? Anything could be, you know, like, I don't know, like a message or anything. If you have any
Gosh, I think just look up the meaning of Sankofa or Sankofa. I think that's what it's all about, is Sankofa. Yeah, go back and fetch it. And so whatever that means to you and anybody, that's the time that we're in.
Absolutely great, man. Absolutely perfect. Guys, another very, very open, very insightful, but most importantly, like, very educational indeed, man. Very educational. Thank you very much. And we're out to the Red Chair. Thank you.